Feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes.
Is there anybody out there that wants to roll? And is there anybody out there that wants to boogie? Tonight, live from the Apollo, Glasgow.
Well, if you're looking for trouble, I'm the man to see. If you're looking for satisfaction, the satisfaction guaranteed. I'm as cool as a body on ice. Hotter than the rolling dice. Send you to heaven, or take you to hell. I ain't fooling, can't you tell? I'm alive.
Welcome to Glasgow Apollo Live with Scott and Andy.
Hey, hello, happy Friday night, everybody. Welcome to Glasgow Apollo Live with me, Scott MacArthur,
And me, Andy Muir.
with a rather large mug.
Some say mug, some say bowl.
That's like one of those ones you used to get in Costas. Remember the ones with the two handles on them? With the brown water they sell.
Yeah.
You know, that?
Well,
Yeah.
I could do a Have I Married an Axe Murderer? I asked for a small. Was it a
So,
large?
this week,
Oh,
he's still going. This week, we're kind of back to normal. Although my background doesn't look very normal, I haven't had time to break down this stuff. I've been doing some proper work this week, so I've not had time to get rid of it. So forgive me for this thing. I could just rip it off, but I need to put it back up again, and I don't have a desk in here at the moment, so it's I've been jumping about like an idiot. So forgive me for that, everybody. This week, it's kind of back to normal a wee bit. We've got a lot of gigs to talk about, too many to talk about. There's been some great stuff on the social media that Andy will update us about. Are we at 10,000 yet?
no.
We're nearly there, eh? You'll tell us in a minute. Just hang on. And so we're and we'll give those of you who weren't here last week, we'll give you the little update about our Christmas get together. There's not much to report this week on it, but nevertheless, there's a little bit of an update, which is I'll give you later on. And then we've got music from two very contrasting types of music. And hopefully you'll enjoy. They're both good recordings, so we hope you enjoy them. So what have you been listening to this week, Andy?
Stone the Crows.
Oh, very good.
Or I should have said it like Australian. Stone the Crows. Because that's where it comes from. Stone the Crows.
Cool.
Bit of Stones. Actually, I listened to an Australian band yesterday called Electric Mary.
Oh, they're good.
If you like some rock and roll, how it used to taste.
They're very good. What age are those boys now?
Oh, they'll be 40s.
All right, they're that age now. God almighty.
Good band. But
Yeah, they are good. They are good.
I have some Iron Maiden, Peter Gabriel. Loud and Wainwright. I even listened to Santana.
Oh my
Earth,
word.
Wind and Fire.
Dearie me. Well, I've
Just didn't quite listen to the Bay City Rollers, but I did listen to the Dead End Kids.
all right. What were they like?
They were.
I think that says it
I'll
all.
tell you. No.
Tell us later. Yeah, tell us
They
later.
weren't. No, I'll tell you when we
We
talk
get to
about
the appropriate moment. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I've just been flat out working this week, so I've had the sort of usual background music on. I've had like Hans Zimmer and stuff like that, but I've not really listened to any music this week, so I'm quite looking forward to tonight. I mean, I listened to the tracks that I've selected for tonight, obviously, but that's about it. So it's not been a great week. Anyway, there's a few folk in. Let me just who's all here? Dave, hi there. How you doing? Good to see you again. So I've got to look down this week because my setup's different. So there's Anthony. How you doing? Is it Anthony? Is it Anthony or is it Tony or is it Ant or what do you call yourself, mate? Doug from over the water. Good to see you. Hiya. Hi guys, Facebook user. Remember, if you've first time in the group and you're a member of the Facebook group, pop into the top, at the very, very top of the announcements in the group, and there's a little link you can hit. Click that 3 times, and your name pops up in the chat. Cheryl's here. Hiya, how you doing, Cheryl? Thanks very much for joining us again this week. Some amazing posts over the last week or two. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Facebook user. There's been some crackers, and Bond's here. Hi, Bond. Evening, members. Not sure if that's a positive or a negative way of saying to everybody. Good evening, gents. How we doing? And then finally, Anthony saying it's Tony. Right, great, Tony. I'll get it right from now on. Right, so let's just get jumping into this, mate. What do you reckon? There's a lot to get through this week, so
Yep.
We'll just do this wee jingle. Right now, wait, you see this. If you haven't seen this on the website, folks, look at this. Ding dong. There's a lot of gigs.
Ding dong. Ding dong.
Yeah. It's been quite a week.
Quite a week. So on Friday, September the 15th, 1972, Stone the Crows, supported by Tennant and Morrison. I listened to Stone the Crows this week.
Fabulous.
Man,
what a voice!
What a band! What a voice! What a band!
Yeah.
And I'm disliking Derek and Chris Welsh for being there. Well, I don't dislike them, but I'm very jealous that they were there.
Yes.
Cracking. I watched a few concerts of theirs, man. What a singer. She's mental.
Unbelievable.
She's brilliant. Good band, though.
Yeah, pure talent, mate.
Yeah, great band. I listened to three of their albums, I think. So they were on my playlist last week. Rolling Stones played twice this week, Sunday, September the 16th, and Monday, September the 17th, 1973, supported by Billy Preston. I think Billy Preston was playing in the band in the Rolling Stones too. Yeah. In the pianos, taking over from Ian McClarkin. I've forgotten his name. Sorry. The Rolling Stones. One of these nights is on YouTube, which is I think we played it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we did.
Played a couple of weeks about when the guys did the announcement. That was when they opened up the Apollo. So it was like a week after they opened the Apollo. So the guy was saying, "Please, ladies and gentlemen, don't stand on the chairs. We've just got new ones in. Management would let you not stand on the chairs."
So stupid.
Well, it's probably what they had to do. Mm-hmm. They're not going to say, "Stand in the chairs, please." But it's a great gig, actually. It's quite short, but it's a good gig.
Good gig.
I think, and Derek went to that as well. Derek.
I know. Again.
Again. Well, he's been everyone. Actually, I didn't listen to. So the next one on the list is Leonard Cohen. He played September the 11th, 1974. I didn't listen to any Leonard Cohen. He just slipped past me on the list there. So
yeah,
I do quite like some of his stuff. Hated him when I was a youth.
Didn't
really understand the old mumble singing.
I don't know if you've heard the story, but do you know the story about how he got into making music?
No.
Because he was basically a younger contemporary of the beat poets like Jack Kerouac and Allen Ginsberg.
Oh yeah. And
he couldn't get, because his poetry is not on the same level as, well, certainly not in my opinion anyway, Ginsberg and Kerouac. Yep. And somebody said, like, you should try playing the music along with your poetry, and he did it. And it went shoof.
Oh, no.
So it was a brilliant move for him. But that's how he basically did it, because he wasn't getting where he wanted to get to with his poetry on its own.
Mm. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah. Billy Connolly played 3 nights, September 11th, 12th, and 13th in 1975. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Man, Friday, Saturday night, Billy Connolly. Holy moly! I think that the Saturday night was his last. That would have been his last gig of that 13 days at
Magic.
the old Apollo there. Everyone running out for a bag of chips after at Mr. Chips. So it's because I saw the picture. It's pretty good. But yeah, that would have been amazing gigs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen Billy Connolly once, and that was at Motherwell Civic Centre.
Oh, very good.
But it was really good. That was really good.
Good place to see him, actually, that, because it's not that big, is it? It's quite.
Not that big.
quite
It's
nice.
not that big at all. It was a nice wee venue. Saw Saxon there as well.
I remember you going to that with Nobby. Anyway.
We're digressing. Anyway, Kraftwerk. I did listen to Kraftwerk as well. She's all coming back to me now. I listened to the greatest hits of Kraftwerk. I would have listened to the live album, but it probably would have sounded the same. So I didn't bother to listen to any live stuff because it's senseless. I did, and Kraftwerk played Monday, September the 15th, 1975, supported by A.J. Weber. I think one of our contributors put down that A.J. Weber was interested in that. I didn't actually get a chance to listen to A.J.
Yeah, there were some nice reviews of it, actually. There's people obviously like it. Yeah.
I don't think it was that busy that night because
Right.
75, I don't think they were hitting their mechanical stride then. Santana played 2 nights, supported by Earth, Wind and Fire on September the 16th and September the 17th, 1975.
Funky.
I listened to Earth, Wind and Fire. Oh man, you can't fault these guys for professionalism I listened to it was a live album recorded in 75, so it was that tour. It was May 75, but it was released in 2001 or something, I think. And it was the whole album, I think. Just they played it live, and it was just the live set. Great musicians and everything. Not my cup of tea, but it was good.
Yeah,
they were very good. Santana, really good guitar, amazing band. There's good stuff on that. I like that. That was a good album. Good. It was a good album, but I didn't get to see them. But I'm pretty sure it would have been a fantastic gig. I think we saw. Yeah, there's some good reviews of that too. Bay City Rollers played September the 11th, 1976, supported by the Dead End Kids. I think I listened to. I know some Bay City Rollers stuff. So from being a child I was 9 in 76. So 8 was it? I was 8. 9. I was 9. But that was that would have been a great gig for all those teeny boppers wearing their tartan and such. And I did listen to the Dead End Kids, but at this point in time they hadn't had their big hit single, which it's just popped right out of my head. But I was singing it all day yesterday. It was so annoying. And then when it was on Top of the Pops, I was weirdly patriotic.
Really?
I was weirdly patriotic because they probably said, "I'm now from Scotland." Dead End Kids singing. Oh, what is it?
Breakaway.
No, not Breakaway. No,
I'm your music man.
No, I Have the Right. Thank you, John Scott. That song was going around my head yesterday. Have I the right to hold you? You know, and I always got it mixed up with that and Slick.
All right.
Got those two mixed up, so they must have been in my head sort of similar. Well, they are similar. Yeah. But Dead End Kids, Scottish band from Kilmarnock, I think. And the Bay City Rollers, that would be peak roller time. Would that be Roller Mania?
That'd be right in the middle of it. Yeah.
Yeah. What a shame these guys didn't get the money that they made.
Yeah.
And just lots of horrible stuff happened to them. Poor guys. But that's a shame. They were good. They're a boy band.
Yeah.
From the 70s. They played music and people loved it. Mostly girls loved it, young girls. Although Bon Scott seems to like it too. He's a big fan. He's a big fan of the Dead End Kids. Sorry, Bon. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Peter Gabriel played on what? Sorry, man.
Sorry, I've just put Bon's the one that named the song, isn't he? So he's
He
obviously
is. Yeah,
an aficionado.
Yeah, he is. They had some cracking braces though. The Dead End Kids, not on their teeth, on their trousers, on their breeks. Peter Gabriel and Nona Hendrix played on Thursday, September the 15th, 1977. I listened to this gig. I listened to this gig last night. I was wondering what Nona Hendrix was like. So I had to do a wee bit of investigation. She was in La Belle, I think, with Patti LaBelle. I watched that's right. I watched this brilliant song of her, Patti LaBelle, and this other lady singer. I've forgotten her name. Amazing. It was amazing. So good. But she would have been, I'm presuming she would have known her. She would have got some performance chops, so she would have been great. And Gabriel, that gig sounded amazing, actually. It sounded really good. So if you're a big Gabriel fan, or even if you're a little Gabriel fan, it would have been a good gig. Small Faces supported by Scottish band Blue played on Friday, September the 16th, 1977, just 44 years ago. And again, I did listen to some live Small Faces stuff. Brilliant. They're a great band. Love their stuff. And Blue, I've forgotten the Blue single, but I'm pretty sure someone will tell me and I'll remember it right away. But they were a Scottish band, and I think a few of their members went on to form Marmalade, or they're from Marmalade. Either from Marmalade and went to Blue, or Blue. Anyway. There's a Marmalade connection anyway. Yeah. Niels Lofgren and Livewire played September the 12th, 1979, September the 12th, 1979. I forgot, I didn't listen to Niels Lofgren. I should have, because I quite like him before. Good. Yeah, he's a good guy and a good entertainer. Marmalade to Blue, says Derek. So, okay, thanks, Derek. Niels Lofgren, supported by Livewire. That I'm pretty sure people said that was a great gig. Loudon Wainwright the third, supported by Chaz and Dave. That perennial favourite mix of Loudon Wainwright and Chaz and Dave. You could see them going together. Played Friday, September the 14th, 1979. I listened to some Loudon Wainwright. He's all right. He's funny. He's a funny guy. Good stories in his songs. Father and Son, did he do that?
Yeah.
That wasn't him.
That was last week.
No, that wasn't. That was Cats in the Cradle. Father and Son was...
I've forgotten his name.
Cat Stevens. Yeah. Father and Son was Cat Stevens. But Loudon Wainwright did a similar kind of song. I wish Derek had managed to smuggle in his tape recorder in every gig, and then we could listen to them back. Derek, get back in time. Come on, man. Or anyone. Or that guy who recorded stuff from the projection room. Why aren't they here?
Give us the videos. Yeah.
Give us the videos. The videos. Give us the videos. Boney M played 2 nights, September the 15th and 16th, 1979. Now there was no one, hardly anyone. There's a couple of folks said, "Oh, I was there," or "My wife went there," but 2 nights at the Apollo, that's like 7,000 people nearly.
It'd be packed.
It would be packed, you know. And I've seen some photographs from Boney M at the Apollo. It looked like a magic show, but probably, I didn't mean it looked like a magic show and they had, you know, sawn woman in half and all that, but pulling stuff out of the bags, hats, nothing like that. It looked like a great show, sorry. Well, they did pull stuff out of the bag, didn't they? Didn't they Was it them that actually sang on the records? Was that them?
I think it was.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them live. I've seen clips of them singing live.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I've seen them live.
Oh, no.
Controversial.
No,
Yeah.
I think it was.
Was it after the Wombos?
I was too engrossed in ABBA at the time. You know, I just couldn't see past them.
I know what you mean about ABBA.
Yes.
Boney M. So they would have been probably great gigs. You know, very entertaining for the fans. Right. The Shadows played Monday, September the 17th, 1979. Oh, you know what? I forgot to post the Shadows this week on the group. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Shadows fans. That's a mistake. John Henry says the guy didn't sing on the records. Yeah, I thought that he wasn't the recorded singer.
There you go.
It's Bobby something.
He just danced a bit.
He just danced a bit, and with that, yeah, a good dancer, no doubt.
He was
for the times. The Shadows. Sorry, Shadows fans. I didn't get to listen to any Shadows or even post it, so you didn't get to see any other Shadows fans who were there. But 1979, I don't know how popular the Shadows were in 1979. Must have been okay because they're playing the Apollo.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of guitar fans there.
Yeah.
And synchronized dancing fans.
Just as Cliff was hitting his sort of second rising, wasn't it?
Wasn't it?
Yeah, just before it. So, aye, exactly.
Wired for signed.
I remember listening to him back then and hating him with a passion. I have to say, I quite like those two or three of those songs. Devil Woman's a good song, and
Devil Woman's a rock song.
It's a good song. But I don't know if you saw him on the television this week. I mean, he's blinking 80 odd, you know, so it's amazing that he's still touring. But it was there's a huge slice of cheese, you know. It was.
What do you mean he's still touring?
He's doing a tour, yeah.
Oh my God.
He's
Does he look about 50 still?
No, he's starting to age now.
60.
He's probably nearer 70 now. He definitely he's gone extremely thin. You know how they get quite sometimes they go really, and still dancing, mate. Unbelievable. Not quite as bendy as that guy that sings with the Rolling Stones, who I don't know how he does it.
Well, he's had a good life. A good life, mate.
Aye, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so Ozzy Osbourne played his first gig, his first theatre gig. He played a couple of warm-up gigs, but he played his first theatre gig on Friday, September the 11th. No, Friday, September the 12th, 1980. Supported by Budgie of a good band too. Welsh. They're Welsh guys.
I like them. They're underrated, actually.
Van. Did they do the song Bread Van? Is that them?
Yeah, that's them. Yeah.
Bread Van.
Yeah, good song.
Good band. So this was Ozzy's first major tour. I would have liked to have gone to see that, but I didn't go. Why? I don't know why I didn't go, because I liked the album. I had the album at the time. Probably didn't know. Probably wasn't reading Kerrang to know enough.
Yeah.
Or Kerrang wasn't Sounds. Probably wasn't reading Sounds to. I wasn't going up to R.S. McCall's and reading Sounds.
Well, that was when we were talking. We must have been the most boring people because all we did was talk about music.
Yeah.
And that was.
Imagine talking about that all the time.
Yeah, and it was before we went to gigs because it was a year later before we went. Certainly a year later before I went to a gig.
Yeah,
we were a bit obsessed at that point, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, I was a bit. Well, it was all Tom Russell and Tommy Vance on Friday night. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? No, because I fell asleep. So I did listen to a recording of this gig, but it was rumoured to be not of the Apollo, but still a good gig. I enjoyed it. Let's go crazy! Such. So that was a major show for Ozzy, and like you said in your Apollo page, Sharon said it was we did it.
Yes.
We effing did it. So yeah, good on him. He's had a good career since then. Up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still going.
Just
Peter Gabriel, supported by Zira One, played on Monday, September the 12th, 1983. I listened to this gig too a while back, but I did listen to this one. Great
Marvel.
gig.
Brilliant.
I love that song Biko. He's amazing.
It's-
He's got see the way when he sings, he leaves a lot of space for his voice to be. I don't know if it's not, but when he's got these songs, and he'll leave his voice, and his voice will just ring out in the hall.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just like one voice, and you just he's really good. I'm not a big fan of Peter Gabriel by any means, but he's a great showman and a great performer. Yeah, good. It would have been a great gig for all the fans who were there. All right, okay. Thanks, Derek. Derek was saying that the guy behind Boney M, Frank Farian, went on to later release Milli Vanilli, another band that never sang on their records.
Yeah.
Right.
Amazing.
Okay. All right, okay. So, mime artists. And the last gig for this week. Well, that's not the last gig for this, but the last gig on this list is Iron Maiden, supported by Waysted, on Tuesday, September the 11th, 1984. Now, this was a school night for us.
Yeah.
How did we manage to get? How did we get to school?
No idea.
Wait a minute. Had we finished school by then?
We
had. We
Just-
just finished school.
literally just. Yeah.
So we both went to this gig.
Yeah.
I've got great memories of Waysted because I was really a big Waysted fan at the time. But just because I think maybe because I was like, what, Scottish singer? Who? And he sounds like that. He's amazing. And he's only got one name. It's Michael Finn. Why is he called Michael Finn? What's his real name? And then I listened to Iron Maiden as well. Power Slave album this week. Oof.
Great.
It was bassy, man. It was rattling the speakers here.
Ding 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 ding.
Really good. I think you're going to play some tracks later on of Waysted. Great gig. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fabulous.
What age was I? 17 at that time.
Yeah, it was
You were 18, so I was 17.
Absolutely mental gig. That loved it.
Yeah, it's good. I remember it's an Apollo memory. This one, going in, finding my seat, and then I remember just standing, looking around.
Aye.
Going, oh, look at all these people with their combat jackets and denim jackets. Oh man, this is amazing. This is great. And Wasted's going to be on. Oh, far out, man. This is crazy. It's going to be brilliant.
Yeah.
I remember that. It's great. It was quite. It was good. It was a good memory of that one. Just going, I'm so excited to go see Waysted and Iron Maiden. Yeah. It's good. So that's this week's gigs.
Well done. That was good.
Very much. No, they were good. Some good gigs there. Yeah, but Stone the Crows for me would have been the highlight if I'd gone. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
So
there's a few. We've seen most of the comments. Here's one from Cheryl. Yeah, a certain amount of angst that Gabriel manages to get in his voice. It gives you goosebumps. Absolutely right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
He's something about him.
Great voice. Yeah.
And I haven't heard them recently. I mean, I know his music kind of veered away from me. After the first 4 solo albums, I wasn't so sure about the pop star rather than the proggy rock star, if you like. But I wonder if he can still.
So's a great album.
I think that's one of these albums I've overheard. When you just hear something so much that it's a good album. I prefer the first 4 though. I prefer the first 4 albums. But yeah.
I used to play solo all the time. It's a great album.
It is a good album. But it's his voice, isn't it? Just an incredible voice. So, okay, so let's have a wee look and see what happened on the socials this week. Active. It's been a busy week.
Been a very busy week.
Aye.
That's what I should have done. I should have been totally nerdy and got some screen grabs of the activity. Here you can see. Oh, look at you getting all fancy. Look at that.
You see, I'm learning. Getting better every week. Yeah.
Down in that wee corner there.
Give us another. Oh, it's this way. Oh, it's that way. No, it's that way. Ah, there he is. There. Look at him. Look at him. Oh. But yeah, give us. There you go. Give us another 2 years and we'll be really good at this.
Right, sure. So this week we have 9,961 members this week. Yeah, that's great. So that was like 5 overnight. So I didn't know that. Thank you very much. New members. We've got 36 new members. And that's great. Thank you very much for joining up or being joined up. Only a couple of folk have binned because no.
Being a bit naughty. Yeah.
Being a bit naughty. And a couple of folk on the naughty step. Active members, 6,809 active members, because there was heaps of posts. There's 83 posts. Well, this was last night, so there's probably more.
Yes.
83 posts. Great. Thanks very much for posting. It's good to see all your posts. Varied and wonderful they all are, mostly are. There was 1,552 comments and 5,345 reactions. So it's really good. Brilliant. Good. Lots of people on the comments and the post. It was really good. Good stuff there. I enjoyed lots of them. What one did you like the most, Nick?
Well, there was quite. It's okay. You can pass the monkey. But no, there was quite a few. I'm going to leave the best one to last. But we had John Campbell found a copy of this, the famous Sex Pistols poster, which is fantastic. And then James Aiken posted this, which was something he'd got done for his dad, apparently, which is they're all pretty much older tickets, aren't they? You can see most of them.
Yeah.
So fantastic. These really brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I do love that Pistols poster. I think it's a cracker.
Yeah.
You can pick it up on eBay for £100.
Can you?
Yeah, you can get it for £100.
This one?
The Pistols one, that one right there. That's a copy of that one. But the actual one of the original ones is just £100 for it. I think that's pretty damn good, actually. I wouldn't mind one of them myself. I'm not even a big Pistols fan.
It's cheaper than the Bob Marley one.
Yeah.
It was $2,500.
Yeah, who knows how it works. But this was one that Jeffrey Mason posted, and there was a load of comment about it, which was this was at their sort of spacious mentalist Tales from Topographic Oceans period. And it was funny reading the comments because a lot of folks said it was minging, and it's funny because before that they had this brilliant, very more accessible music, and that period of their music really did divide fans. I would like to have been there because I have seen Yes, but I don't know if it really was Yes. I think there was about 1.5 original members when I saw them, but I would love to have been there. But yeah, I can understand why folk got a wee bit. They did go mega twiddly. It was like a lot of these bands went too far at that point. So that was one that was quite good fun. Everybody was chatting about this. These were good. I mean, Derek obviously just does Mr. Fantastic with this stuff, and that is another good one, which was the Small Faces. I think that's meant to be a Concorde, eh?
Yeah. When I saw that, I was going, what? Why have they got a Concorde there?
Yeah. But I don't know. Does anybody know?
Who knows?
Yeah. And the other one that I really loved, Gordon Moog Phillips put this on, and that's an Apollo picture.
Yeah.
Of Emily Harris. Absolutely, gorgeous picture. And this is a scarf that one of the guys in the audience had thrown at her.
I think it was him.
Was it him? Was it? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was his picture. His scarf.
Yes.
Yeah.
But absolutely brilliant. So these are great. These things that keep popping up. And then the penultimate one that I was just, how sometimes, I'm sure you do it sometimes, you just type in Glasgow Apollo, then images.
Yeah.
And sometimes stuff comes up that you've not seen before, and we think we might have seen these before, but we're not sure. But this is Alison Mulhern's pictures of Supertramp in 1977. So these are great. I mean, there's about 10 of them in the collection, and they're on his Facebook group, and they're really good actually. And you get they really fill the stage, Supertramp, don't they? But, I don't know what that brawly's about. I don't really understand why they've got a brawly on stage. Maybe it was one of those wet nights in Glasgow. So
they've got a grand piano there.
Aye.
So
yeah.
That I was reading some other posts about Earth, Wind and Fire, and I think John Henry said that Willie Potts probably doesn't have great memories of helping Earth, Wind and Fire.
No, I bet.
Grand piano up. So
yeah.
maybe they got the method down, or was it was just like pulling like 6 people pulling a massive thing up, because they could. It was probably too wide to get in through the door.
Aye.
Umbrella cover Supertramp. Album cover Supertramp umbrella. Okay.
Thanks, Derek. There you go.
Thanks, Derek.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Derek. What would we do without you, mate?
The high
good pictures those, and there's more. So I've already contacted Alistair. I don't know if we spoke. I can't remember speaking to him before, but he's on Facebook. So I've asked him if I've told him we were going to use these, but I wonder if he's got any more, because if he's got Supertramp ones, he might have more.
Yeah.
So it would be quite nice to see.
Yeah.
But there was one particular post that I'm actually going to read it, Andy, if you don't mind. It's a wee bit it's a wee bit long, but I'm going to read it because not everybody is on Facebook, and I think I have to say, when I first read this, I was nearly in tears. So this is a memory that we got from a guy called Steve Hall, and I'll just read it to you. It's about a page long, so forgive me if you don't like the sound of my voice, but you're going to hear it for a couple of minutes. Right. The one and only time I was on the Glasgow Apollo stage was way back in September 1984, when Waysted opened for Iron Maiden on their World Slavery Tour. Arriving in the afternoon, Maiden's crew were still setting everything up. And after introducing myself as I was Wasted's drum tech in brackets, special brew purchaser and chief bottle washer, along with Wasted's guitar roadie, I stood on the stage and looked out in awe at the empty Apollo. There's the picture of it from the book, guys. Where I had been so many times in the audience from 1977 to 83. What an experience and a thrill to be on that stage looking out at the stalls, his emphasis, the circle and upper circle, and also to be standing where many of my heroes stood. Yes, I even saw UFO there with Pete Way, Paul Chapman and Andy Parker. Because we couldn't set the gear up, I went wandering backstage to the dressing rooms and other rooms that were there, and was sad to smell damp, see cheap carpets and crappy wallpaper. But damn, that backstage was a big area. Finally, we could set Wasted's gear up on the stage, and by this time, it was about 6 o'clock, and 2 bouncers were around the backstage door area. I parked the van and walked back to get back into the Apollo when I heard this voice saying, "Hey, pal, where the fuck do you think you're going?" My reply was, "To set the drums up for the support band." And I think because I had a Glaswegian accent, just like the bouncer, his reply was, "Aye, fucking get out of here." And I replied again, "But you saw me walking out the Apollo to move the van. Now I need to get back in." "No, son, you're no getting in, so fuck off," was the reply. Sorry for the language. I had to shout at Gauze, who was Wasted's guitar tech, to help me, as we hadn't gotten our passes yet from Maiden security. Thankfully, Goz got maiden security guy who told the bouncer that indeed I was who I said I was, and that in fact maybe he should fuck off. So
That's
all
good.
so all of Wasted's gear was set up, and it was showtime. What was great was that Waysted played East Kilbride Rock Festival in August. Remember that?
Yep.
And we're back in Scotland in September, but there was a change in the lineup. In East Kilbride, the guitar player was Neil Shepherd, and 4 days before Maiden Tour, he was sacked and replaced by Paul Tonka Chapman. So when Waysted Tour manager shouted, "Hello Glasgow, let's get wasted," there was a great cheer, but once lights went on and everyone saw the 3 ex-members of UFO, they got a bigger cheer, as it wasn't known that Paul was in the band at that point. As far as I remember, they played a blinder after their show, and all the gear was safely packed away in the van. I stood at the side of the stage watching Iron Maiden rock the Apollo. Though I was more looking at the audience and thinking, wow, I've been in the stall so many times, and now I'm here on the Glasgow Apollo stage. This story and memory I will take to my grave. And that's by Steve Hall. Now, that to me is just brilliant.
Yeah.
And, go off your machine, mate. What are you doing? What you
Nothing.
did? There's echo. So it was absolutely fantastic, and I hope you enjoyed it. And it's kind of one of the great examples of why we want to do this, because why we get so much echo?
I've not done anything.
Well, as always, something. It's not as bad as last week, folks. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I thought it was a brilliant memory, and let's look at some feedback. Right. Facebook user Alistair has thousands of photographs. Right. Well, I'm in there.
That's Derek.
It would be Derek. What an amazing memory from Steve Hall. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, brilliant story. And Earth, Wind & Fire's piano was covered in metal plates for protection whilst travelling. So it weighed a ton. Bloody heck, John. That's amazing. Stevie started roadie career with Spider. Did he? On the Gillan tour, the Magic tour. Was at that gig as well? Were you at that gig?
No.
No, that was a good gig as well. So there's only one thing really to do now, and rather than doing this in the normal order, we're going to play a bit of Waysted, because following that story, Steve's story, I think it was just quite appropriate. So let's have a listen to that. This is one of their best known tracks, and I love it. And it's live from the Glasgow Apollo. So I think this is only the second or the third support act we've got recordings of from the Apollo. So absolutely fantastic. And it's Won't Get Out Alive by Waysted, recorded at the Glasgow Apollo when they were supporting Iron Maiden. Not a bad little.
And then just silence because it's bang.
Yeah, they were a good outfit. I mean, I don't know. Somebody said on the group that Finn's still going and still singing really well.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's in a solo act now or what he's doing. I've no idea. But yeah. Oh my goodness!
First
Should have
time.
turned you off there.
First time.
Somebody, it must be Derek's asking, is Finn Muir any relation, Andy?
It's Brian Drummond.
Oh, Brian, how you doing?
Maybe. I don't know. I think he's from. I think he was originally from Ayrshire, and my family way back's from Ayrshire, so
Right.
possibly same name.
Right.
Undoubtedly be. I'm not being cryptic. I just have no idea, Cheryl. Sorry.
And John Henry's picking up on when you mentioned Willie earlier. Has thousands of brilliant stories, but he refuses to write a book. And yeah, we know he's not been well. John, I don't know if anyone's heard how he's doing of late, because it was a few weeks ago now we heard from him on the group.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's doing. So yeah, thanks for reminding us of that, John.
He posted the other day.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that.
Yeah, he posted something the other day.
Okay, well that's good.
It would be. He's probably got lots of stories. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you going to mention that email we got?
Do you know? I will, but I'll do it after we've done the next bit, because what I'll do is I'll get it up on the screen. No, I'm glad you mentioned it. No, I'd forgotten about it, mate. Sorry. But yeah, I will mention it. So, but I'll come back to that when I've got it in front of me.
I didn't mean any.
No, that helps. No, if you hadn't done it, I wouldn't have done it, would you? Would I? So come on. Right, so let's do this new bit that we do on the show, and this is about artifacts. This is an idea that came to us. John Henry, who's just said hello there, was part of the reason for this, because we want to see if we can get together some of the bits and bobs that we've all got from the Apollo and Green's Playhouse. And this week we had obviously some great stories and some really good tickets, but we're quite keen to get your photographs or stories about things. So I've got one that I don't think Andy even knows. I got this. Where is it? Here it is. Back a long time ago now, Andy. This was in 2005, mate. So this was right at the start, right at the very beginning. You'll recognise the old graphics in a minute when I show you this. One of the guys wrote and framed a poem about the Apollo for us. I don't think I've ever shown you this, but I'll put it on full screen so you can see it. Hold on. And this is what he did. Like, do you remember that? That was our old graphics and stuff. Remember that?
Yeah. Yes.
Cool, innit? This is a guy called Russ, who I haven't heard from for a while actually, but he was a good guy, really nice guy, and he writes poetry as a hobby. He's one of these guys. He does like birthday cards and stuff. He's the guy that writes those poems and birthday cards. So this is what he wrote, and you can tell he's never been at the Apollo. And you'll get that in a minute. The ones of you who know the Apollo backstory, you'll get it. But nevertheless, I think it's lovely. So it's called A Musical Monument, which kind of makes sense. Like a monument to music, the Apollo, it did stand, playing host to all the great bands, and up and coming ones too. From Johnny Cash to the Stones, Alex Harvey and The Who, Tina Turner, the Boomtown Rats, Rod Stewart, and U2. The stage stood high at 20 feet. On huge crowds, they looked down. They'd bring the noise to such a pitch the balcony bounced around. Tambourines and rose petals, guitars and so much more were flung out to the masses, cheering from the floor. Sell-out crowds of thousands meant bum quotas were met, earning acts and SRO, a yearn for statuette. For nigh on 16 years it stood, a piece of history, living on through book and film and Apollo memories.
SRO.
Yeah.
I like SRO.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know what that means, it means sold right out. It was the little
Yeah.
cheap trophies that they used to give out to people at the
Yeah.
Apollo. So that's an example. And we've got a few.
Yeah.
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 What you can say, mate?
Sorry, I was going to say. No, on you go. On you go.
Yeah, and that's the sort of thing. It's just these daft things that have appeared. Now I've actually got a cigar that we got sent by Leonard Skinnerd somewhere. I need to find it because I've moved house about 3 times since I got it sent to me. And we've got various other bits and bobs. So we've got a few things. But if you do have any artifacts or any bits and bobs from the Apollo, get them on the Facebook group and let's have a chat about it because it brings back memories. What are you going to say there, mate?
I was going to I was going to say Derek McCarran posted a review of the Stone the Crows.
Oh, right, okay.
It's from a newspaper. Read that. It's brilliant.
Okay. Have a look.
Don't read it right now, but read it later. Find it out, and it's brilliant. It's like it made me feel. I think it was like, oh yeah.
Oh, look that.
It was there.
Really?
Yeah, it was great.
I'll have a look. And we've got Tony's been a bit of a wit, Andy. Is Finn related to fish?
Yeah.
Oh dear. And
oh dear.
And
I saw your blondie jacket, John. Yes.
I'm
not sure if that was you that wasn't you in the modelling it, was it?
Oh, I missed that, John. Oh, I need to see that. I've not seen that. You in a blondie jacket. Excellent. Facebook user, I got a freaking Facebook ban last week because I threatened nastiness if you played Bay City Rollers.
that was Lindsay Peebles. I saw that come up on it comes up on our admin says Facebook removed this content for being, with community standards, and I was like, I wonder what that was because we don't get to see it. I just saw the message there.
Yes.
Sorry about that, Lindsay, but
yeah, absolutely.
Keep the head. You can't go threatening violence.
Absolutely.
Facebook.
Although I did a thing earlier today and I was getting close to violence. But no, the problem with all that, Lindsay, is that the Facebook algorithm that drives all of this, the sort of maths behind Facebook, is getting really tight on lots of stuff, and it's not working. There's loads of stuff getting taken down at the moment because they've turned the knob up to 11, I think, rather than down to about 9 where it should be. So there is a lot of that. So we're sorry about that, but we don't have any control over it. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah. I think if he said, I'm going to kill you, they would go, that's bad. It's a threatening violence, even if it was just in jest. Yeah.
Now, I don't know what this one means. What does this mean? Anyone remember the rainbow-coloured, is it posters of the acts that played? What's that?
That's Lindsay again. That's
Lindsay. I don't think I do remember that.
No, I don't remember that.
I wonder where they were. Were they in
the
I'm a wee enough said. Good on you, Lindsay. And then someone said, have you been on the Swally? I've never heard that for a while.
That's Raymond.
Raymond, hello. How are you doing, Raymond? Very good. Okay, so, well, in terms of these things, just to go back to where we started in this part, it'd be really cool. I mean, we've seen some crackers. John said it's like matchboxes, and we've had drumsticks, and we've had bits of
pictures of his blondie jacket.
Yeah, absolutely. So, these are great, and they help bring back memories. So we'd love to see some more of these. It would be fantastic to see more. And so we'll just pop on to this next bit because it's not going to be too long this week. Now, I'm not going to repeat myself this week, but this is the bit where we encourage you to send us videos of your Apollo memories, like that story we got sent earlier about the Waysted concert on the Apollo stage. Imagine that.
Yeah, how good would that have been if he had spoken that?
Brilliant. But the good news is we're coming to Glasgow. At least I'm coming to Glasgow, and I'm bringing my camera, and it's going to happen on the 17th of December because we're having a get together at Lauder's Bar with food, nibbles, and we're hoping to pack the place because there's quite a lot of folks said they would come. So we haven't quite got the admin sorted out yet. Lauders have gone a bit quiet this week. They asked me to confirm, which I've done, and they were going to send us a link so we could start making things happen, but I've not done that yet. I sent them a reminder yesterday and this morning, but we haven't heard back from them yet. So watch this space. It'll go straight onto the group and all over the socials the minute I get it. Hopefully it'll come soon, but I'm bringing my camera, and I am going to go. Every single person in that room is going to do an Apollo memory, even if you've done one before. You're doing another one. It'd be really cool to get us all on film as well at the same time. So I'll bring my gear with me and we'll do that. So that's what we'd like to do when we get up there. What's this? How come Scott is only seeing Facebook users? It's the software that we use. Andy's looking at Facebook so he can see the names. He's not seeing them on the software either. There's an occasional glitch in the system, and some weeks it works and some weeks it doesn't. I have complained about it, but at the moment they're still having some issues technically, so I'm sorry. We're doing our best with it, but it is a technical glitch. It's not something we control, so we're on the case. We'll do our best. John's saying, I've reposted the photos of the blondie jacket, and no, it isn't me in the photos. Brilliant. I'll have a look, John, when we're on the Zoom tonight. I'd love to see it. I haven't seen it at all. I was in Lauders and they were aware of the booking. Yeah, they are aware, but they've not come back to me, John, which is weird. But they are a bit busy at the moment, so I'll turn up the heat on them next week because we really need to get it in the diary so folk can start organising themselves.
Yeah.
I have my request.
Yeah, I'll just be here watching on.
Cheryl, Sicky, definitely, because there'll be no party without Punch. Cheryl, you've got to be there. We need you there. So that brings us really towards the end. But we've still got a couple of things to talk about. And first one's some music. And this is now. I just need to check something because there was a little bit of I know that, right. Because I've done this before and put the wrong music on. But one of the bands, outfits, artists that's got, I think, some of the best recordings from the Apollo is Peter Gabriel. And we've held off playing him. I don't know why, to be honest, but we have. And this week we're going to play him. Now, what I've done here is I've edited it, Andy, so forgive me, but you know how he used to do this with Genesis? He used to tell wee stories before the songs. Yeah. Well, there's one of the wee stories on here. And this is a story that, well, we'll talk about it after it, but this is a real piece of storytelling in one of his songs, and there's going to be a murder. This is Peter Gabriel at the Glasgow Apollo, recorded in the 1980s, and the song is called Family Snapshot.
Arthur Bremner was a very particular man. He was particular about who he followed and about when he did what he did. And what he did was make a noise with a gun pointed at an important man. And when he didn't get enough attention by being good, he pointed his gun at people. He first of all pointed it at President Nixon, and then Governor George Wallace of Alabama. This is from his notes called The Diary of an Assassin, and from those of a few years ago, 20 years ago in Dallas. It's called Family Snapshot. The streets are lined with kangaroos. Everywhere he goes is news. Today is different. Today is not the same. Today I make the action. Take snapshot into the light. Snapshot into the light. I'm shooting into the light.
take, and I will take. Holding my breath, lose the catch. And I'll never cry. All the time quiet, I'll be before. A lonely boy hiding behind the front door. Friends have all gone home. There's my toy gun on the floor. Gone back, mom and dad. You're growing apart. You know that I'm going outside. I need some attention. I should end the night.
Well, brilliant. As Cheryl said there's that angst, stunning voice, stunning music. Absolutely. That song, if you don't know, is about an assassination attempt, and it's based on a book. And it starts where the guy is thinking about the assassination attempt. Assassination? Well, I had one bottle of beer. Assassination attempt. Assassination. Sean Connolly. And then he gets close to the person he's going to shoot, and then it's the sort of the aftermath of him. He's not successful, but it's a gorgeous piece of Peter Gabriel. So I hope you enjoyed that. Do you enjoy that, mate?
I did. I don't know that song, but I just read about it just now.
It's a brilliant tune, great tune.
That's good.
I first heard that one. Well, it was way back now, many years ago, and I loved it. It's lovely on the record, and it's great, absolutely great that it's on YouTube. So if you want to hear more of it, the whole gig is actually on our YouTube channel. You can also get a copy if you wanted from the wonderful people over at Rescued Recordings, Jack McCafferty and the gang. They've got a copy of it, but it's on our YouTube channel, which is we've up to 130 members now over there, mate. And it's www.youtube.com/Glasgow Apollo Live, and it's great fun over there. And every week we're finding new recordings on there, which is really great. So hope you enjoy it. And just this week, today, as I said earlier, I was just typing in, Glasgow Apollo, and up popped the classic If You Want Blood era AC/DC gig. And for the first time, I've not seen it all as a single gig before. It's not the missing bits, unfortunately, but there's 36 minutes and it's all connected rather than in individual bits, which it tends to be on YouTube. So that's there. I've posted that at the top of the Facebook group, so it's great. Andy was saying he watched it this week, didn't you?
Yeah. I think I had it before. I
think it disappeared, mate. I think it was there.
I had a copy of it from a DVD or something. Yeah, it's good. It's very good.
So that's about it.
You're not going to talk about the letter. Okay, good.
Oh, I forgot again. My brain is absolutely no. I'm going to find it. Hang on. Let me just, if I can't get this to work quickly, then entertain everybody for a couple of minutes, mate. I'll just need to sign in.
Well, I can talk about it.
Have you got it there? You talk about it.
I've
then.
got it. I've got it. So we got an email this week from a guy called Blythe Stevenson, and he contacted us a long time ago. He says 20 years ago, but it probably was about that. And his email is really nice. He's got a nice email. It's mostly about his dad. His dad was called the same name, Blythe, wasn't it? No, it's that. What's his dad's name?
I can't remember.
Hold on. His dad was called Archibald Blythe Stevenson, known to everyone as Steve. And he worked at the Greens. He started working at the Greens at 14. This was in 1935. And he worked as a lift boy, taking people up and down from the dance hall. So that's right up the lift. I think it was, anyway. So I mean, up and down, that's that's a hell of a job when you're 14, just going up and down all day, all night. And they said they lived at 176 West Nile Street, opposite Edith's Cafe, which is the back part of the Apollo. So
Yeah.
the back. I had a look online. It's just right opposite where it's the backstage, the back of the building. He says his dad worked as a projectionist in the building, and then he worked his way up to chief projectionist, where he retired in 1985 at the Apollo. So he was still working when it was the Apollo, because he still showed some movies. It says he was a stage manager at every show that was put on there. So that would be, I don't know if that was at the Greens, but anyway.
Fantastic.
He was responsible to raise the screen and speakers from the stage and make sure everything was in order and safe. The first show that his son Blythe, Steve Stevenson, remembers, consisted of Cherry Weiner rising up on the hydraulic stage playing a Wurlitzer organ. She was opening for Cliff Richard and the Drifters, later to become the Shadows. This would be November, December 1958. He had the job of switching the 500-watt spotlight when Cliff came on. This was the first of hundreds of shows which my brother and I worked at as follow spot operators, along with my dad as stage manager. He says, I hate nepotism unless it's working in my favour. Well, that's quite right.
Quite right.
Quite right. But he said I think it's probably you asked him if his dad would be able to have a chat with us at the time. But his dad was suffering from Parkinson's and he had onset dementia. So Steve didn't push the question too much. But it seems a shame to have lost all that memories.
Absolutely.
For Steve as well, for Steve's family losing, but it was a lovely email, and we should, you should talk to him, give him a call, see how it's going.
I will.
Yeah, because it seemed and it says, my brother and I have such memories of that historic building. I had stage curtains cut up and made into house curtain, and quite a bit of the fabric for covering seats in the red divan, which I used to cover stools. Well, yeah, perfect Apollo memories there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was thinking maybe I hope he didn't have as good as greens all over his house. Carpet, but that was a nice email we got this week.
And I have written to him and asked him if we could.
You have?
Cool. Yeah. And I've also asked him if he could send us some pictures of that, because that would be quite cool to see that.
It was really nice.
Thanks for remembering that, mate. I just too much going on in my head at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we've come to the end. Well done. We've got to the end of another show, mate. There you go. Survived another one. There's a few. We're talking about haggis, suppers, and sausages now in the comments. It's getting to that time of the night. So if you want to continue the conversation, please join us over on Zoom. It's the same address every week. It's at the top of the Facebook group. Just click the link and it'll bring you in. A couple of people have had issues over the last 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know why. The normal Apollo Zoomers have all been getting in, so I don't quite understand it. But don't be disheartened if you tried to get in and you've not managed it, because we'd love to see you there. Please come and join us. We kind of see you, then you disappear. So there's obviously people trying, but they're having issues. So it'd be great if you could you join us. And Andy will put a link in the chat in a minute, won't you, Andy? Because I keep forgetting to do
it. Okay.
Yeah, come on, mate. There it is. Look, see, I mean, I can do it dead easy from here. But
can you copy that?
I can, mate. I can. Hang on.
To me. To me.
And it was I was just being cheeky, but if you could join us, that'd be great. And so next week we'll be back at the same time, and hopefully by that point we'll be able to confirm the Lauders event. And it's great to hear from John, and it's nice that John asked if if it was in the diary of the Lauders. Obviously it is. So there's just a communication issue going on for some reason. Don't know why. Probably because I'm involved. Every time I get involved in these things, they don't work. It's like I've got some sort of voodoo on emails. It seems to impact on me all the time. Anyway, that's my excuse. So I'll do my best with Lauders, and we'll get back to you next week on that. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Scott MacArthur from here in the rather dreich Cotswolds.
And me, I am Andy Muir, and I'm in the rather grey but sunny.
At least it's still sunny, yeah. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Bye-bye.
See ya, bye.